Everybody, Taylor Tape blog number 3, video blog. And right now we're going to talk about our top 10 NBA players of all time. So any players that we feel that should be at the top of our list, we'll tell you guys and why. So I'm going to let John kick it off real quick.
Okay, at number 10 on my top 10 greatest list ever, Kobe Bryant. He has 5 championships. He won a few with Shaq. That's kind of iffy here and there, but he's still in my top 10. He's a great player, one of the most dominant players of the era.
My number 10 player is Tim Duncan with the Spurs. As much as it pains me to say that, I just feel that he's done so much for that organization. He turned that organization around, along with pieces like David Robinson, Ginobili, Parker. So, he hasn't had the same supporting cast throughout the whole time, but he's done everything that he can to take them to the top.
Okay. Number 9, Oscar Robertson. He averaged a triple-double. He's one of the most complete players in history. He could do it all in all phases of the game. It's kind of a no-brainer. He's in my top 10.
And beforehand, he never thought that he should be in the top 10, but I guess I persuaded him to put Oscar Robertson in the top 10.
Whatever.
My number 9 player is Kobe. 25 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 rings. Could get another one or two down the road. Hopefully not, because I'm not a Lakers fan. But Kobe, when it's all said and done, will probably be a little bit higher as well.
At number 8, we have Shaquille O'Neal, who's not even in his list at all. I don't know why. He's one of the most dominant centers ever to play the game. He has 4 championship rings. He was the glue to the Lakers before Kobe took over the reins. So he's one of the most dominant, not only most dominant centers, but most dominant players ever to play. So he's number 8 on my list.
The only reason I didn't have Shaq in my top 10 was the past couple of years he's kind of fallen off.
That means that's irrelevant.
He's kind of gotten fat, and it's sad to see him sit on the bench when he's so dominant in his past. If he would have retired like 4 or 5 years ago, I would have put him at least number 7, number 8. But my number 8 player for right now is Hakeem Olajuwon. Let's go Africa. 27,000 career points, about over 13,000 rebounds, 3,000 assists and blocks, and 2,000 steals. Pretty much the total package. And he's the only player really during that Jordan era when Jordan left to take over the reins and win a championship. And he won 2 with the Rockets. So.
Okay, number 7 on my list is Dr. J, Julius Erving. Another player not even on his list, on Nelson's list. I don't know why. He changed the game. He brought the game above the rim, if you will. He was the first player to dunk from the free throw line. Well, he was on the line, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But he was one of the players who changed the game, and he was also a great player, boards, assists, all that good stuff. So Dr. J is number 7.
All right, my number 7 player, Oscar Robertson. We had this debate earlier about why Oscar Robertson was in the top 10 and even higher than Dr. J. Well, Oscar Robertson averaged a triple-double in his second career season. A triple-double. And also, his career averages 25.7 points per game, 9.5 assists, and 7.5 rebounds.
Do you not remember Dr. J's play?
Dude was sick. Dr. J, yeah, he has highlights, but so does Vince Carter. Vince Carter's not going to Hall of Fame because he has highlights. Vince
Carter never went behind the backboard and did a layup.
But Vince Carter's also dunked over 7-foot guys in the Olympics. But, Dr. J can dunk past the free throw line in the All-Star game, and he's vaulted into your top 10. Come on.
That's not the only reason. But anyway, number 6, we have Magic Johnson. Arguably the greatest point guard ever to play the game.
Oh, go ahead.
He was an assist artist. He did all these crazy things with the ball. Led the Lakers to many championships, battles with Larry Bird, whatnot. Arguably one of the greatest Lakers of all time, and arguably the greatest Laker of all time. But he's number 6 on my list.
All right, number 6 on my list is Larry Bird, Larry Legend. Probably, if he played for any other franchise, he'd be one of the best players in their franchise. But because he played for the Celtics, he's probably 2 or 3 in that list. Larry Bird, he was so consistent, had one of the best, most pure shots you'll ever see in basketball. His lowest career scoring average in a season was 19.3, so that shows how consistent he was as well.
And number 5 is his number 6, Larry Bird, French Lick, Indiana, white boy. He's actually the only white guy on my top 10, or on both of our top 10s. But anyway, he brought toughness to the game. Not only was he a great offensive player with the threes, but he also was tough defensively, and he kind of set the tone for the team. He would dive after balls, jump into the stands, all that good stuff. And you need a player like that on your team. Whoever's team, you're running or whatever. But Larry Bird, one of the greatest players ever, the greatest white guy, ever to play the game. So he's number 5 on my list.
My 5th best player, excuse me, kind of got over that racism there. Magic Johnson, number 5. Basically what he said, man, he's so flashy, willing player. He played pretty much all 5 positions in his career. Did it all: points, rebounds, assists. There's not much more you can say.
Okay. Number 4, the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, Wilt Chamberlain. No, he's not. Oh, my bad. Pause. Looking at my notes. Sorry, blooper. Wilt Chamberlain scored. He was the only player to score 100 points in a game. Kobe did 81.
I scored on 2K, 107.
Anyway, but he was one of few players to average 50 for a season. Another dominant big man for the Lakers. Very long, lengthy guy. Which
Pause.
I mean, the numbers back then, you didn't have that many big guys like that, so it was probably easier to dominate. But, however, it's still hard to score 100 points in a game. Gotta give him credit. One of the greatest players ever. Number 4.
My number 4 is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he is the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Yes, he is. Played, 37 seasons or something like that? He played for a while.
38.
Yes. He had those weird goggles, but he was just so intimidating on the court. He was just a beast. He did everything, and he played, 3 or 4 decades. So his numbers are a little skewed, but at the same time, he did everything that he was supposed to do for each team that he played for, and it's consistent.
And he's number 3 on my list. He has 38,387 points. Nelson basically took everything I was going to say. He's a dominant player, so number 3 on my list.
All right, now this is where it gets a little intriguing for our list. My number 3 player is Bill Russell, the greatest Celtic of all time. And if you're talking about championships, of course he's the greatest champion ever to play in the NBA. 11 rings, 1 for each finger and 1 for wherever else he wants to put it. We'll not get to that. But Bill Russell, my number 3 player.
Number 2 on my list.
3.
No, number 2.
Okay.
We're number 2 now.
Sorry about that.
Anyway, number 2 on my list. I don't care what you say. I will debate you on this. I don't care. Whatever. Number 2 on my list, Michael Jordan. 6 rings. Finals MVPs. The logo for Jordan. Blah blah blah. Whatever. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. I just think people.
Oh my goodness.
I just think people give him, a lot of credit for, what he did off the court, with all the endorsements and whatnot. He did change the game and stuff like that. But, however, I feel, in my opinion, there's one player better than him, and I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay. After that shocking revelation, my number 2 player is Wilt Chamberlain. 100 points in a game. Averaged 50 points in a season. I don't care who he's playing against. He averaged 50 points. That's hard to do against anybody. There's not much you can say. Wilt Chamberlain, he's a beast, and he's got some amazing numbers if you look at his entire repertoire.
Nice word. Let me write that down. How you spell that?
Ask Wilt Chamberlain and his 1,000.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Number 1 on my list, Bill Russell. I don't care what you say. He is the greatest winner in NBA history. He has 11 rings. Like we said, we don't know where he puts the other one. I don't want to know where he puts the other one. But anyway, he also won as a player coach. Do you understand that? Like, as a player coach, that's like slam. Okay, timeout. I'm taking myself out the game, and I'm coaching. Do you understand that? Like, there's people in the NBA who haven't even won a ring, and he won as a player coach. Like, the end story. Pound winning Bill Russell voice. The end. Go ahead.
Okay, my number one player. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's Michael Jordan. I don't know how you cannot put Michael Jordan number one. Turned around a franchise in the Bulls when he got drafted third
Pretty
overall
sure
in
Bill Russell
'83.
had a sneaker, and he did it. And Bill Russell did it with
Did I interrupt
PF
you?
Flyers.
Did I interrupt you? No.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, Jordan number one. Changed the entire game more than Julius Erving did. Jordan took basically what every kid wanted to do as far as the NBA goes. He was the best player to ever play the game. He had his own sneaker
In
line.
your opinion.
He beasted in the Slam Dunk contest, 6 MVPs in the finals, 4 during the regular season. Averaged 30 points per game in a time where the players are probably at the most athletic time before this period right now. And, Jordan did it all.
You try playing intramurals with some Chucks on. See how that works out for you.
Okay. And
I guarantee you will not get off the ground.
I'd probably dunk on you still.
No, you will never. I'll foul you before that. But either way, that's our top 10 list. If you agree with us or if you have some changes to your list, you could click submit at the top of the post and let us know. Or we're probably going to put this on Facebook, Twitter, and whatnot. So check it out and give us some feedback. So let us know.